There we go. Hey, Zavdy.
Okay, hold on.
All right, it worked.
Oh, I was doing something and I was all, wait, what? All right, what do I do now?
Hey, cool.
Um,
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing, doing good.
Yeah, hey, that's good to hear. Yeah, it looks like
Okay,
it's building up. Hey, cool.
how do I, let me put my phone. I was trying to do like something cool with like the the computer,
Mm-hmm.
but I was like, you know what? I don't even know how to get into my Instagram from like the computer. I only know my phone. So
Don't
let's just
even,
use the
yeah,
phone.
don't even try with me. I just do it on my phone.
There you
I
go.
was gonna try it on the YouTube channel next time, but
Okay.
yeah, I gotta figure that out too.
Exactly. I am not at all tech savvy, so just keep it as basic as possible and I'm cool with that.
Oh, no
Hi
worries.
guys.
Hey, everybody. Okay, Zavdi, you want to go ahead and start or share your story? Actually, let me tell a story.
Yes,
Before I
please.
had my stroke, I have a friend, and his name is Oscar, right? Which
Okay.
is her husband, and we worked together. And then I found out that she had an accident. I didn't even know I didn't know much about a stroke. And
Right.
then I heard you had an accident, and so afterwards, after the fact, when I was involved with the community, I saw your face. I'm like, oh, she looks
Hey, wait
familiar,
a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it's just coincidence. But okay, enough of me.
You
All
know
right,
what's funny,
Zabi.
Fat?
Yeah.
That we me and Oscar had talked about how you were out for a while and Oscar's like, you know what? Something happened to him and I'm not sure. And then as time goes on, he's like, I heard that he had a stroke, and I'm like, no way. And so I
Yeah.
was like, as weird as this sounds, I was like, cool. Now I have someone to
Oh,
talk to, and now I have
oh
someone
yeah.
to like, to like connect with. Um, so I had asked him before, I was like, hey, do you think he would want to talk to me? Or do you think that, I don't know, like some people do not want to have any interaction with another stroke survivor, or they don't have the time or like the headspace of like, talking about it.
Yeah.
So I did ask, and it was just like, well, maybe let's see what he says. And so when you started like posting
Mhm.
things, and I told Oscar, I was like, is that oh, I saw that you had Oscar as your friend. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
I think that's that guy. Because he had told me your name and everything. And so I was like,
Yeah.
I think that's that guy. And so I kind of got together, like I kind of understood a little. And then that's where you're like, wait, are you Oscar's wife? And I was like,
Oh yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God.
I was like,
Oh my
isn't that
God.
so
Yes.
coincidence? That's so crazy. Oh,
Hmm.
Jeremy the Villa said, I
Hey
understand
guys.
about connecting with other stroke
Hmm.
survivors. Yeah, big
Yes.
time. It took me a while, and I'm so glad I did. So
Hmm.
yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. Yeah, there's some comments already. There's a good amount of people. Zabdi, you want to go ahead and share your story? Go for it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, about 7 years ago, which is actually it's coming in April. It's gonna be seven. Um, I had a regular pregnancy. Like there was absolutely nothing wrong with me. I didn't even have like high blood pressure. I didn't have any issues having a baby, and this is my first.
Yeah.
So I had no idea like what do you do? Um, and so I had a natural birth. Like I didn't even have like a C-section, C-section, C-section. Oh, okay.
There you go.
And I got it. And yeah, like I didn't have really any issues. The doctor never said anything. I had an epidural, which is kind of common. Like it's not too crazy, but
Yeah.
right after that, I had a headache, and I even asked the guy that does the epidural and stuff. I said I had a really bad headache, and he's like, "It's okay, you'll be fine. It's just when you have an epidural, the liquid from your spinal stuff and your brain, they get like
Mhm.
messed up because they're putting something in your spine." And I was like, "Okay." Okay, he's like, about 7 years, 7 days, you should be feeling better. I said, okay, well, I'm having this, I mean, just horrible headache. And during those days, which is horrible, we were moving from one apartment to another, and I had just had a baby.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so everyone's moving around, da, 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 and I can't because my headache. And I couldn't even hold the baby because my headache. I couldn't do anything. I was just in bed because of this damn headache. And so right after that, around the seventh day, because I even told my husband, we can just wait into that 7th day. Like, I don't want to go back
Oh,
for some stupid reason. Like, oh, it's just my head hurts. Like, that sounds kind of dumb. And so on that 7th day, because I could not do anything, I was in bed still, didn't even take a shower, didn't do anything. I was still in bed. He told me, okay, that's it. Let's just go to the hospital. Like, I can't see you like this anymore. And I was like, okay. So I start to get ready, which I take a shower. I'm holding on myself on
oh,
the
yeah.
wall because I'm like, this is just, it's really hard. So anyways, so yeah, I was like, all right. I had to lay down because it was just too much on me. And I laid down, and my husband's like, all right, once you feel better, let's just go to the hospital. I'm just going to take you. And I said, okay. He's like, either I'm going to take you or I'm going to ask for an ambulance. And I was like, don't do that. Just take me. Well, as he's telling me, he's like, hey, do you want your phone? Like, and I was like, yes. So he's like doing this. This is my. So he's going like this, and I'm trying to grab it. And as I'm trying to grab it, my hand starts to turn. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "What?" For some reason, I couldn't see what was happening. I don't know why. Um, and so he's like, "Your hand's doing something weird. What are you doing?" And I said, "I don't know." And then he gets all like panicky, and he's like, "I'm just calling. I'm calling." The ambulance. And I said, okay, that's fine. They get there. They're trying to ask me like questions, and I'm like, okay, it's Zavdy, we live in Mesa, whatever, right? Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, well, she seems okay, blah blah blah, but they're still gonna take me to the ambulance. I'm in the ambulance, and the guy's like, hi, how are you feeling? And I was like, oh, the headache. He's like, okay. And he goes again. He's like, what's your name? Where are you? What's your whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then he'll ask me again, and he goes, what's your name? And I said, um, um, it's and he's like, it's okay. Like, don't worry about
Oh,
it. But I'm sure that he was like,
yeah.
there's something fucking,
Yeah.
there's something wrong. Like, something's happening in her brain. And then I guess my face started to droop a little bit, like certain things, because he's trying to like,
Oh.
your hands please, and I'm doing like that,
Mm-hmm.
and my hand kept on like falling, and he's like, it's okay, like, don't worry. And I'm like, okay, but I know that he's like, something's happening. So they take me to the hospital. I'm in a little room. The guy, he's talking to the nurse or to whoever, and he's like, I think she's having a stroke. But because I'm old, I mean, I'm young, and I just had a baby, and so they're like, she has anxiety, and so she can't, like, something's happening, but it's just anxiety. She's having a really bad headache. Like, it's just that. And he was the only one that said, you should probably get a CT or something, because it seems like something's happening to her in her brain. Anyways,
Yeah.
so I'm there. I asked because the lights were on top. Like, and I said, "Can you please turn off the lights? Like, it's too bright in here, please." And so they turn off the lights. They kind of close everything, and I'm just like this. My headache is horrible. And there was 3 doctors, and
Mm-hmm.
all of them told me she's fine. We're checking everything. She was just here 7 days ago. She should be fine. Well, I start to I can't remember which how it starts, but my hand. Okay, so Oscar's on this side, and I thought he was going like this to me, like it's
Yeah.
okay. And it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. I was going like this, and
Oh. You were
he's
twitching?
like, "What are you doing?"
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I said, why are you hitting me?" He's like, "That's not me, that's you." And my leg and my arm. they're going like this, and my head is just pounding, and at one point my head just goes, and everything just drops. Everything. He's like, I literally saw your brain disconnecting to your body. Like I saw that. And yeah. And so he was like, once I saw that, like you were out, they were trying to figure out what was happening, how to get you like uh staple or whatever.
Mhm.
What they did is that they gave me one of those. They're called blood clot. No, blood. No, clot buster. There you go,
Oh, I
clot
heard of
buster.
that.
So it's some sort of like medicine that's pulls that pushes whatever clot you have, and it pushes that. And they understood that I had some sort of clot in my brain. At one point, they're like, "Oh, look at this. There's the clot. There's actually three." But one was the one that was really like about to burst or whatever.
Mhm.
When they did that, it actually burst one of them. So it turned into a hemorrhagic stroke. It
Oh,
wasn't just
wow.
a regular ass, well, it's never regular, but it wasn't just like an ischemic, it turned into hemorrhagic. And so at that point, I'm fucking
Crazy.
dying because
Yeah.
there's blood going everywhere. And yes, my stroke was ischemic and then it turned into a hemorrhagic stroke. Um, and so at that point, they're like, we got to take her to Phoenix. So,
Mhm.
so they drive me. They fly me out, and right away, I guess, they already had all my information. So they already had me prepped to surgery. By the time that Oscar gets there, which is what, 45 minutes, give
Mhm.
or take, they already had me in surgery, doing everything. So he was just waiting for me to get out, and that was a good mm, an hour and a half, almost two. And they told him that first of all, they said, I'm not sure if she's gonna make it. And oh, I get really emotional with this. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah. No worries. Yeah.
Okay. And they gave my sorry, my rings to him.
Mhm.
Like, let's see what happens. Um, I don't know why it gets me. Like every time, everything else is fine, but that one moment, I'm like, I can't even imagine seeing, my
Yeah, it's a lot.
my yeah. Anyways, so that happens. He's just waiting for me. My parents were there because I had just had a baby, so they were in town. And by that time, they're like, you can go see your wife. And I'm swollen. They already took a chunk of it out, and my whole face looked completely like just a big balloon. And they said, let's see how she does after this, because we have no idea how she's gonna be after the whole surgery. And so I was in the hospital I was in ICU, I think 2 weeks. Honestly, I don't know. I want to say 2 weeks. And I woke up. I I saw Oscar's name on that whiteboard that they have all your information on it. I
Mhm.
saw Oscar's name, and in my mind, I was going, "Where's Oscar?" Right? I'm sure I wasn't saying that. I'm sure I'm like, "What?" Blah, blah. Um, and then I saw his name, and I actually remembered his name because I hear that a lot of people don't know letters or numbers. Like can't you can't figure it out. And so I did for some reason. Hey Melissa, saw you. So I'm like, I I'm feeling like where am I? And in my mind, I was like, I was in the hospital. I'm still in that hospital. And then my husband was like, no, we're in Phoenix. And I'm like,
Oh,
okay, all right, let's see. So finally, I get a doctor. I don't know. Again, times I'm not sure, right?
okay.
So at one point, the doctor's like, "Hey, I just wanted to talk to you. You had a stroke, and your body's very weak, and I believe those, the right of your side of your body, is paralyzed right now." And in my mind, I was like, okay, so what's next? I never had that time where I'm like, oh my God, my life is falling apart. I don't know why, but I was like, cool, cool, cool. Let's keep on moving. Let's go. What's next?
Mm,
How do I do this? How do I get from here to my house, from here to my son, from here? Like, what am I supposed to do now? And yeah, so I don't know why, but I had such a different like out mentality. I don't know if they had me on good stuff, but I was just like, okay, sure.
yeah.
So it took me about 3 months to get home.
Oh,
Um, yeah,
yeah.
they had me. I don't know if you've ever been over there, but like in Phoenix, they have a Banner University, and that's like a stroke
You know
hospital,
what I have?
whatever. Yeah. And so they had me there for 3 months. And then Oscar, I think I've said this before, Oscar would go to work,
Mhm.
go to Phoenix, come to an apartment, hang out with my son, go to work, go to the hospital. And just like that, just over and over and over and over. And again, that's like a good 45 minutes to go to the
Yeah.
hospital. And that was his thing. Um, and yeah, the hospital even had a little bed for him because he would stay at night with me.
Oh,
Um, I know, so sweet. Um,
Oscar's a good guy. I like that
I
guy.
know. I like him too. Um, so yeah, so I mean, that whole time he was just there without miss. I think, yeah, he would even like sleep with like in the hospital and then go to work and then come back. And that was just his normal routine. And then my mom and my mother-in-law were taking care of Lucas. And my mother-in-law said, uh, take care of your wife. I'll take care of Lucas. He's fine. He's gonna be okay. He won't even remember, so he should be okay. But she needs you more. So yeah, that's what was happening. Um, I got to see my son maybe 2 months after, I believe. It was Mother's Day,
Oh,
so I got
wow.
to see him.
Good timing.
I know. Like I said, none of that was sad or like depressing because I don't know. I don't know what it is, but like freaking God or whatever was like, dude, you'll be fine. And I did.
Yeah.
I actually, at one point, when I was still, well, I guess when they were flying me from one hospital to another, I had like an experience. So I don't know what it is, but I had an experience where um, someone said, you'll be fine. And I said, why not? Like, why? Like, what's, and he's like, and then they said, you'll be okay. Like, don't worry. And I'm like, okay. Like, there was no more conversation. It was just, you'll be fine. Um, so the whole time, and I was in the hospital, I kept that in my mind where I'm like, I'm gonna be fine. Like, I just have to get a little bit stronger. I just have to be able to walk and talk, and yeah, it'll be fine. To this day, I still have that in my mind. Yes, I do freak out. Yes, I do have anxiety. But in the back of my mind, I always remember that you'll be fine. It's gonna be okay. So,
That's the right mindset. That's what you need. Yeah.
yeah, so um it's been almost 7 years and I'm still going and I still have issues talking, which is funny. Since the beginning, um Oscar's always been like this guy where I'm like, I'm trying to say so, and then he'll go, oh, surprise, soup, and I'm like, dude, just give me a second, try to get the, try to say the word. Um, yeah, so I still have a little bit of issues talking. I still
Yeah.
have memory issues. I still have um if you if I have to read a long like letter or like a book or whatever, my brain just goes "Meep." Like I can't do that. I can read like certain like little messages or whatever, but do not do not bring me a whole thing of whatever, and I'm like, I can't. Just I'll do little pieces, and I'm like, okay, I think I got the information that I need, and that's it.
Me
Um,
too.
dude, I can't. I don't know how you're doing it because you're actually working. I don't. So how do you work with
You know what?
work?
Yeah. I mean, I'm on disability.
Okay.
So then, yeah, I mean, I'm having to build it up. Yeah, but I think just doing exercises to help increase my
Yeah.
focus. But a lot of times, yeah, my brain's just going here and there, and or I just like,
Do you,
yeah.
I have a question. Do you have any like fatigue like during the day or like at night when you're like, I'm done?
Yeah, you know what? That's the biggest issue I think is the neuro fatigue. I do have it, and it depends on, different times of day. I think a lot of things that, maybe that I do that affect it, like food is a big one.
Ooh, like what?
Like if I eat certain things, it makes me more tired. If I eat like
Oh, maybe like
more,
carbs and stuff or what?
yeah, if I eat a lot of carbs, a lot of
Oh,
sugar,
yeah,
like
yeah,
really
yeah.
big meals
Mm-hmm.
make me really tired.
Yeah.
If it has like
No, I get it.
preservatives in there, like a
Ooh,
lot of
interesting.
fried foods
Yeah.
is a big thing that makes me
That's
tired.
wow. Dang, I didn't freaking think about that. I'm like, whatever, it's delicious. And then at the end, I'm like, I'm so tired. I
I'm like,
can't.
give me a
I'm
nap.
falling apart. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like
Interesting.
you can't even stay up. It's like
No.
you have to just knock out.
Yes. Um, I was gonna say when I do like something where there's a lot of sounds or like a lot of people, whatever, I still do stuff, by the way, but I know what's gonna happen like the next day or whatever. I'm gonna be so freaking tired. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my body or my brain, or if people are asking me questions, I'd be like, don't even, I have no idea how to talk, because then that's an issue too, that I'm forcing myself to get words together, and I just get more tired. Um,
Big one.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like even right now, well, not right now. Last week we went to the Renaissance, and that was so fun. And so it's like freaking. Have you been?
I haven't.
Oh, it's super cool. You like
I hear
next
about it
year
though.
we're gonna wear like little outfits and stuff. Anyways,
Okay,
but
fun.
because it's literally like Mc, di, di, hold on. It's like no, stop that. D Disney. Fuck. It's like Disney. It's so big. And there's so many things that are happening at the same time, and there's so many people that my brain just kind of goes like as much as I want to, like my brain is just kind of so I know this sounds crazy, but I go to the bathroom sometimes and I just sit there just to give myself like a little bit of like okay, all right, and then I can get myself back to whatever's happening.
Hey,
But it is a
that's
lot of yeah, it's a lot of information, just your brain's not trying to get everything.
yeah,
Um, and because I have a son, like, what am I supposed to do? No, I can't. I'm sorry. You go on your own. I can't. You just have to figure it out, you know?
yeah,
I mean, there's a lot where in the beginning, I was like, okay, I can push myself more. I can push myself more. And then I didn't realize, but I I would have a seizure because I was pushing myself too much. So I'm
Oh,
like, where the hell am I right? Like, where am I? Like, should I push myself or should I be more like gentle on my body? Like, where am I? Where am I fall? Not falling. Where am I? Like, where am I supposed to be? And
yeah.
that's the hard part. How
Yeah, I do feel like it's changing, and I'm always learning, trying to figure out what's too much. You don't want to push it too much, but then you do want to
exactly
push it too.
right?
So Jay Kornajovic, she asked, do you still have paralysis on your
I,
body?
I do. I have my most of it is gonna be on my right side. I can walk and I can run and do whatever, but my hand is usually my nemesis, so it doesn't like to work like the other one. But I mean, I can move them.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I can move them, but my fingers, that's always going to be the issue. And I'm okay with that. Like I feel like this body, by the way, I'm very happy with it. Like I'm so happy with it because it gave me this understanding that this body has done so much for me, and I have to be nice to it as well. Like it's been so good to me. I need to be good to it. And I never realize how most of the time we don't even realize how you you're so able to just do anything without thinking about it. Um, and so now I get to see it, and I'm so like every day, every week, every month, and I've always talked to people like this because they're like, I don't see no results. And I'm like, just wait in a month, just wait in a year. I sometimes give myself a whole fucking year to like see it, and I'm like, okay, all right, I see it. I can see that I did change just a little bit, but it was something. Because
Mm-hmm.
my literally I have a hole in my brain. Like, come on, I have to just give myself some grace.
Yeah. I
So,
love that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so what would you say is one of your biggest struggles today?
um, struggles are I I don't have so if I'm talking or someone's talking to me, especially like in a doctor type of setting,
Mm-hmm.
my brain cannot control, like I cannot focus on anything, and I don't remember anything, and it feels like almost like a what's a word, like it's not anxiety, but it just my brain just shuts down. And I think about it because sometimes I'm like, maybe I should start, like, I don't know, go out with or making friends, which I don't have friends. um but just having other people around me, but I
Mm-hmm.
get so lost in people's conversations. I get fatigued so fast because now I feel like right now I feel like I have to be like on, like I have to talk, I have to do that, and no one's telling me to do it. It's me. um and then I've always, well, right now, like I learned how, well, I bought a car.
Hey,
I bought a
congrats.
car
Yeah.
finally, and I'm driving, but I'm driving like very close to wherever. I can't
Oh,
still
good.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. My husband's like, maybe you should try to, drive on the freeway. And I was like, dude,
Let's just start slow.
let's just go slowly. He's like, no, it should be. And I'm like, no, it's because my brain cannot look, or I don't have the capability. Ooh, that's a good word. Of looking all the cars and realizing how far I am and what's happening around me, and just those are way too many things for me to kind of not control, but like be able to understand. That's the
Yeah,
scary
yeah.
part.
There's
Like that's the scary
so
part for
much
me.
going on, right, with driving. It's like you got to be aware of like everything,
Everything, and I still can't get that. Um, and this is why I only drive just
Perfect.
just little
Yeah.
places. Um, Like I literally feel like a teenager trying to learn how to drive and on, whatever. Um, but that's one of the big ones that I'm like, man, I want to be like the other moms, I guess. I want to be just out and about, getting the kids, going to soccer, whatever, and do those things, but it's still kind of hard for me. I get tired.
Yeah.
Like I'll like in the weekends, like we'll be out doing stuff, and then at one point I'm like, okay,
Mm.
I gotta go home. There's just it's too much for me. And then what else? I'm still working on my hand, so that's always been a struggle.
Okay.
I don't know how, but I've always been able to like figure it out. Like I can't use this hand, but I can do this with it, and then I can,
Yeah.
like do those things. Like especially when Lucas was like 2 or 3, bath time. My body was still not strong enough to, first of all, go down and then pick him up and then bring him forward to me. That was still really hard. And I had to figure it out. I was like, how do I do this where I'm still strong enough to hold him and for him not to freaking fall out? Um, so there was just a lot of little things because I was by myself. Oscar was, working.
Mhm.
So the whole morning, it was just me. And so I don't know. I
Yeah.
just, and I don't know. I don't know if it's like a mom thing, but you got to do it for your kids. You got to do it. So
Yeah.
that was one of the things that I was like, all right, let's figure it out. And I've had so many
Yeah, that was
conversations
some.
with a lot of other ladies that had babies. Same story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And um, yeah, you have to figure it out. There's no ifs or buts. And some people don't, or some ladies don't even have a partner or anyone to really like help them. And I was very grateful that I do have a partner, and he's very, very um, involved in everything. So I don't know. I'm looking at this. Uh,
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm looking at someone. Atipota, it is very interesting. You're passionate about this point. Oh, the Botox? I, I think someone was saying something about Botox, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
Michael just asks, do you
yes.
find it difficult to explain it to your family, particularly the invisible deficits for me or for me? Oh, do you
Do
find it
you
difficult
find it
to
difficult to
explain it to your
explain?
family? Like, I think what you're going through, maybe your
Mm,
deficit.
well, well, sort of, because technically I do look normal. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
look normal, and so a lot of people are like, "Oh, she's fine."
yeah,
Oh, it's been such a long time ago that it looks like she's okay. No, no, but I'm really good at covering it.
yeah,
Like, what am I supposed? Like, what am I supposed? That I think that's always been the problem, is that what am I supposed to tell people, that I'm just too
yeah,
tired, that I'm too? No, you just keep on moving. You keep on going. Um, so to talk to my parents or to my family, they they know the good stuff, which is great because honestly, like I said, every month, every year, whatever, it's getting better.
mm-hmm.
So, but to really explain to people like what it really is and how much um frustration, because it's very frustrating, like having your body not reacting or the way that you want it to be, is very frustrating. Talking to that was my parents only speak Spanish,
Yeah,
and
I relate.
and so I learned how to speak English, right? Your uh, speech therapist or whatever, obviously they speak English. And then at one point, I was like, I know Spanish, I do, but there's so many words that I can't say. or now I can't really like figure it out because my mouth doesn't move the way, or like my tongue doesn't move the way that someone that speaks Spanish has. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if you have two languages, your language, one language to the other are different the way that your tongue moves. Do you know what
Yeah,
I'm
it,
saying?
it affected me because I do speak Vietnamese, and so I kind of lost my ability to speak Vietnamese.
And it
But then
just
I
takes
had to work.
a while. It just takes a while for your brain to like kind of get that. But that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like what the therapist that I had, he literally showed me a little paper, and it's the tongue, and it's showing you when it's like a t, it's in the front, and when you go,
Mm.
like it's giving you like how the tongue moves back and forth, and where the S sound comes from, and when the t comes from the front, and certain things. And I was like, whoa, that's wild. I never thought about that. It was just, holy crap. That's really interesting. And obviously, I mean, they went to school for that. They obviously would know. Um, but that was the issue for me, is that because I speak Spanish,
Whole
the
call, Sarah Marcella said, for me now it's difficult with words for
with the
some
R.
words that are.
Mm-hmm. Like in Spanish R, do you mean, Marcela?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know she does speak
Yeah.
Spanish.
I know, we just started talking, Marcela and me.
Oh,
Um,
that's awesome.
Marcela and me. And I.
Marcella.
Whatever. Anyways.
Well, it is 2:37, so I don't know if we should start wrapping it up. Yeah, yeah.
It's cool, don't worry.
All right.
I, again, I can talk forever, so we're good.
Hey,
Um, I
awesome.
was
Yeah.
gonna say though, if yeah, Spanish and English, I get it. I was gonna say though, if anyone ever, and I've talked to so many people about this, if anyone wants to talk to me, I'm like always open. There's just I'm good at like showing my story, because some people
Hmm.
don't like to explain or don't say anything about theirs. So
Yeah.
I'm really good at just like talking to people about just like anything and everything, because not all people know this. Not all people understand what it is that your brain's just not working the way that it used to be, or your body doesn't react the way that it used to be. So whenever people want to talk to me, I'm here. Like, and I'm, like I said, I can talk forever. So whoever whoever wants to talk to me, I'm here.
Okay,
Um,
perfect. Yeah, thank you
yeah.
so much. Yeah. No, it was nice to meet you,
Yes,
though. I think that, yeah, it was fun.
dude, we need to like actually
Oh, yeah,
see
we'll plan
see each
something, okay?
other. Yeah,
Yeah, we
we'll
will.
have like a something.
Yeah, we'll all go
So
out or
yeah,
something,
yeah,
double date.
yeah.
All right.
By the way, I don't know if everyone knows this, but we live in the same town. So
Yeah, we
just
do.
saying.
Isn't that funny? Yeah. But hey, awesome. Thank you for your time, Zavdi.
Of
Yeah, Zavdi,
course.
right? Zavdi.
Yes, Zavdi. And it's
Yeah.
fat.
Fat
Yes.
cow. It's easy to remember. There you go.
Fat cow. Yes. Okay.
All right,
All right.
guys.
Well,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you for
you for joining
the whole
today.
thing. It was super fun.
Yeah,
How do
guys.
I
I'll share it on all
turn
my.
this off though? Do
Oh,
you know, or do you
let me
have to
let
do it?
me let me end it.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, guys. Have a good
All
day.
right.